Book 2, Chapter 9 of Les Misérables, translated by Isabel F. Hapgood. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Les Misérables by Victor Hugo. Book 2, Chapter 9. New Troubles. When the hour came for him to take his departure from the galleys, when Jean Valjean heard in his ear the strange words, "Thou art free," the moment seemed improbable and unprecedented. A ray of vivid light, a ray of the true light of the living, suddenly penetrated within him. But it was not long before this ray paled. Jean Valjean had been dazzled by the idea of liberty. He had believed in a new life. He very speedily perceived what sort of liberty it is to which a yellow passport is provided. And this was encompassed with much bitterness. He had calculated that his earnings during his sojourn in the galleys ought to amount to 171 francs. It is but just to add that he had forgotten to include in his calculations the forced repose of Sundays and festival days during 19 years, which entailed a diminution of about 80 francs. At all events, his hoard had been reduced by various local levies to the sum of 109 francs 15 sous, which had been counted out to him on his departure. He had understood nothing of this, and had thought himself wronged. Let us say the word, robbed. On the day following his liberation, he saw at Grasse, in front of an orange flower distillery, some men engaged in unloading bales. He offered his services. Business was pressing. They were accepted. He set to work. He was intelligent, robust, adroit. He did his best. The master seemed pleased. While he was at work, a gendarme passed, observed him, and demanded his papers. It was necessary to show him the yellow passport. That done, Jean Valjean resumed his labor. A little while before, he had questioned one of the workmen as to the amount which they earned each day at this occupation. He had been told 30 sous. When evening arrived, as he was forced to set out again on the following day, he presented himself to the owner of the distillery and requested to be paid. The owner did not utter a word, but handed him 15 sous. He objected. He was told, "That is enough for thee." He persisted. The master looked him straight between the eyes and said to him, "Beware of the prison." There again he considered that he had been robbed. Society, the state, by diminishing his hoard, had robbed him wholesale. Now it was the individual who was robbing him at retail. Liberation is not deliverance. One gets free from the galleys, but not from the sentence. That is what happened to him at Grasse. We have seen in what manner he was received at Digne. End of Book 2, Chapter 9. Recording by Garrett Fitzgerald, Brewer, Maine.